We saw during the 17-9 loss to the Green Bay Packers that there is still a good amount of areas of need that this team needs to finalize. And having the number one pick again in 2024 thanks to the Carolina Panthers, Chicago has a chance to make major changes with a major haul of picks to help solidify this roster. We don't know what's going to happen at the QB1 position in 2024, but in this mock draft, for the first time, I am going to act like we don't keep Justin Fields. Breaks my heart to say it, but it might be a reality. In fact, I am trading him to the Atlanta Falcons for 43, 109, and a 2025 third. So now, at the moment, I have 8 picks in this draft. And I have faith in Ryan Poles in making that decision, in the right decisions for this draft. So the draft order for the Chicago Bears goes as follows before the Fields trade. Number 1 via Carolina, number 9, number 75, number 110, number 125 via Philadelphia, and number 142. 6 picks at the moment, but I added 2 more thanks to the trade of Justin Fields, and Ryan Poles is not keeping that number 1 pick. Before we begin this mock draft, if you think that Ryan Poles will complete this roster in 2024 and make them a competitor for the next season, smash that like button on this video, put who you want Ryan Poles to go out and get, and make sure, as always, to comment bear down in the comment section below. And if you could, hit that subscribe button. So let's do some trades. First trade I'm doing is I'm sending the number 1 to the Washington Commanders for number 2, number 36, and a 2025 first. Teams are going to be giving a king ransom for that number 1 overall pick, and Washington is going to have to give up a good amount to move up 1 pick. With the Commanders hiring Bob Myers, former NBA executive and multiple NBA champion, as an executive for their front office, he's going to want to start with getting a quarterback. Trade number 2 is going to be with the New England Patriots, moving back 1 more spot again, sending the number 2 to New England for the number 3, number 34, a 2025 second, and a 2025 fourth. There will still be a king's ransom offer for that number 2 overall pick, and honestly, New England knows that they're going to have to give up a good amount to even get the second best guy, who will be just as good as the first. And my third trade will be with the New York Giants, sending the number 3 to the Giants, getting number 6, number 70, and another 2025 first. Gets them to move up 3 picks to get a quarterback or even Marvin Harrison Jr. And yes, guys, fun fact, I am not taking Marvin Harrison in this draft. There are so many stud wide receivers in this draft, we will still get a top guy. So after all that, I have number 6 via the Giants, number 9, number 34 via the Patriots, number 36 via the Commanders, number 43 via the Falcons, number 70 via the Giants, number 72, number 109 via Atlanta, number 110, number 125 via Philadelphia, and number 142. That gives me 11 picks alone in the 2024 draft. 2 in the first, 3 in the second, 2 in the third, 3 in the fourth, and 1 in the fifth. So let's get into who I would pick. And I'm going to shock some of you guys. At number 6, I am taking Olu Fashanu, offensive tackle, Penn State. Strong, big man at 6'6", 319 pounds. Fast off the snap, incredible motor and vision with his strength. Great for a run and pass blocker, and a very high football IQ. I want a top 10 left tackle for whoever our quarterback is. And nothing against Braxton Jones. In fact, he could move to the inside. And also, Wright can't be the only tackle blocking for our quarterback. Wright, who had a strong rookie campaign, no doubt about it. Go out and get 1 more guy so you have 2 top tackles for years to come. At number 9, I am taking Dallas Turner, edge out of Alabama. The fast edge at 6'4", 260 runs a 4.45 40 time. Arguably the fastest first step in college, a great tackler, great vision, and is an opposing offensive line's nightmare. This past year for Alabama, he had 53 total tackles with 14.5 tackles for loss, 10 sacks, 1 pass deflection, and 2 forced fumbles. Dude is a monster and would be a great pairing with Montez Sweat for years to come, having Sweat also be a mentor. He also is a dual threat, as he can drop back into coverage if needed to cause quarterback rollouts and potentially kill a play. And obviously, the massive pressure on the quarterback. My third pick in round 2 at 34 via New England, I am going to go with the quarterback of the future. A proven winner in college and plays with the best of them. I'm taking Bo Nix, quarterback from Oregon. Projected early second rounder according to PFF. At 6'2", 217 pounds and runs a 4.75 40 time, this guy is athletic. Strong, accurate arm, great pocket passer, and great at manipulating defenses just with his no-look throws. This past season for the Ducks, he had 188.3 QBR, along with 4,508 passing yards, 45 passing touchdowns, and only 3 interceptions. That is what the Bears need. A true pocket passing quarterback can also play under the gun, and that is really what the Chicago Bears need, is a guy that can do it all. Quick release when needed on short passes when under pressure. Also fantastic at reading defenses and knows where his guys are at all times. If I'm moving on from Justin Fields, he would be my top guy to get in the second round. With my 4th pick still in the second round at 36 via the Commanders, I'm going to upgrade that wide receiver room. And I've talked about this guy before, and I can't just have DJ Moore out there, but this pairing would be unstoppable. Xavier Legette, wide receiver from South Carolina. A projected second rounder at 6'3", 227 pounds, and runs a 4.29 40 time. No one can keep up with this guy. Big wide receiver who wins contested catches constantly, can also block downfield, crazy acceleration and agility to lose defenders, and explosive off the snap. 71 receptions, 1,255 receiving yards, and 7 touchdowns last year for South Carolina. He is a big-bodied wide receiver that this team needs in order for whoever our quarterback is to throw it up to. Explosive and can get away from opponents and game plan more because you have more opportunity to spread the offense, and a massive Alshon Jeffrey vibes, especially coming from South Carolina. So far with my first 4 picks, I've gotten a top 10 left tackle, an edge to pair with Montez Sweat, the quarterback of the future, and a big wide receiver to pair with DJ Moore. So let's go to who's next, and I'm taking at that pick 43 that I traded Justin Fields for. I'm going with Cameron Kitchens, safety from Miami. 6 foot, 205 pounds, runs a 4.45 40 time. We need a replacement for Eddie Jackson. He is a ball hawk with great vision and footwork and hard hitting to cause fumbles and drops. Last year for the Hurricanes, he had 59 total tackles, 3 tackles for loss, 1 sack, 5 interceptions, 8 pass deflections, and 1 fumble recovery. Replacing Eddie Jackson for a fraction of the cost also has a relationship with Tyreek Stevenson, as they played together last year at Miami, and that would be incredible as he's one of the best man-to-man and zone coverage safeties in college. With the 6th pick at 70 via the Giants, I'm going to upgrade the offensive line more from a depth perspective, and I'm taking Christian Haynes, offensive guard from UConn. 6'2", 313 pounds, runs a 5'2" at 40 time. Great run and pass blocking combination, quick feet that allows him to stay with defenders, and his incredible strength doesn't go unnoticed. Extra depth at the guard and center position after we're probably going to lose Lucas Patrick and Cody Whitehair. Great run blocker up the middle and would be good for Nate Davis or Tevin Jenkins as a backup. I know we need a center, and you guys have probably been waiting for it, and I'm doing that at pick 72. I'm taking center Zach Frazier from West Virginia. The 6'3", 310-pound center runs a 5'2", 40 as well, and he could be the future center of Chicago. Great run and pass blocking ability, doesn't get penalized, and is very reliable. That is what the Chicago Bears need for this offensive line. With my 8th pick in round 4 at 109 via Atlanta, I want to upgrade that defensive edge position even more. And I'm going to take a monster, Darius Robinson, edge out of Mizzou. 6'5", 296 pounds, and runs a 4.78 40 time. That is insane. Dude is just too big and fast off the snap for his opponents, making it very difficult for people to block him. Last year for the Tigers, he had 41 total tackles, 7.5 sacks, 1 forced fumble, and this dude was a one-man wrecking crew. Has NFL size and NFL speed, but he's projected later, so it could be a great steal for Chicago, and I really like him in the 4th round. My 9th pick, only 3 more to go at 110. I'm getting a tight end to pair with Cole Kmet, and that is Cade Stover from Ohio State University. 6'4", 251 pounds, and runs a 4.55 40 time. This guy is unstoppable. Big, strong tight end who can catch and make plays for himself, but also a great run blocker and pass blocker. Not only that, but he battles for yards, and that's something we need. At pick 10 at 125 via the Philadelphia Eagles, here's one I've talked about, Rasheen Ali, running back from Marshall. 6 foot, 210 pounds, and runs a 4.4 40 time. This guy is explosive out of the backfield. Big running back who can rip it upfield, but also pass block, something the Bears need. Had 1,063 rushing yards, 5.1 yard per carry average, and 14 rushing touchdowns for Marshall last year. Fills in that need of a big running back with Deontay Ford Foreman and could be a good 1-2 pairing with Rashawn Johnson for years to come. And finally, my last pick at 142, I am taking a punter. Troy Taylor, punter from Iowa. 6'4", 232 pounds. I don't get it. He's a massive dude. Those Iowa boys are built different, but man, I like him a lot. Cannon of a leg, third in the NCAA last year, doing 4,479 yards, punting for an average of 48.16 yards. We need a replacement at punter. Unfortunately, Gill is just not working out. He's last in nearly every category for the punters in the NFL, and we need to address that. Whew. Thanks for staying with me. There are going to be key areas of need that the Bears are going to address in free agency, but this draft right here, I know there's no Marvin Harrison Jr. or Caleb Williams, but this addresses the long-term future of this team, building stability across the board, and this team can contend with a ton of rookies next year. Thank you as always for tuning into these mock drafts. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and put your thoughts in the comment section below. But with that, thank you as always for tuning in just another year Chicago Bears. My name is Nick Rode, and as always, bear down, baby.